Hi, I'm Tom.
And I'm Molly.
Welcome to Forensic Gameology, hosted by MoonlightCrew.com.
Reviews for science.
In 7 minutes or less. Demonslayer, the Siege of Mount Kunlun. Boards so big that they're not only not fitting on the table, but the box can't fit either. This game comes to us from the Chamber of Ethereal Culture, Beijing. So that's cool.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right, so this is a deck building game. I will not cover all of the basics that we normally cover because there's too much to talk about in this game to do so. So go to any of our other deck building reviews to figure out what a deck building game is if you don't already know, because we've reviewed a lot of them. We're just going to jump straight into here to say some of the particulars. You have private cards that only you can purchase, and they come in 3 different flavors. Everyone has different unique ones. Then there are the common cards that anyone can purchase and the enemies that you have to defeat. The game is over when you've defeated the last overlord, of which there are 7. And to defeat the overlords, you have to either kill everything around it, all of these heart eaters, or you have to kill it and every heart eater at the same time. Then the next wave comes out. You get victory points for killing those, and some of those victory points are used to purchase your big guy or artifacts that can give you really cool benefits or kind of lackluster benefits. Let's just jump in. Simplicity versus complexity.
If you're familiar with deck building games, this is gonna be simple. It adds this artifact thing to it, but that's just a simple thing. You just pay victory points to get the cards. It's just another thing you can buy.
Your choice of 3. You get to choose one out of 3 random cards.
But it's akin to a Thunderstone Ascension, where you've got 2 different currencies. You've got the place you can buy cards, and then the place you can fight monsters. So I think it's pretty simple. If you're not familiar with deck building games, become familiar with deck building games. They're great. But even if you're not, it's still fairly simple. There's a lot of card text though, so that is a thing. And there's a lot of symbols over here. But after one round, you'd be like, oh, okay, I know what that is.
This game is simple if you're familiar with deck building games. The complexity is that they have different terminology. Maybe because it was translated, I don't know. But there is, to discard a card in this game means to destroy it in any other game. Yeah. And that's confusing.
Yeah, that is one.
But you play enough and then that goes away. Luck versus strategy.
I think this game has, in any deck builder you're going to have luck, but the fact that you all have the same cards to choose from is going to make it be more strategic. And I think in particular it has one strategy. Buy cards that give you victory, or they give you attack power and then attack. And so I think it's strategic.
This game has a lot of luck in that there's a die roll that you can choose to choose to roll the die to try to decrease the cost of these cards to give yourself a net point gain. However, if you roll a 1, it's an instant loss. You still pay the money, but you don't get the card. I've seen that happen to a lot of people. It is game breaking. However, like Molly said, all the cards are available, and the strategy is pretty straightforward for each faction. Do what your faction does best. That's it. If your faction does something good, you just do that. So the strategy is kind of painted on there for you, and if you start making other choices, you're going to go downhill with what you could be doing better. There's a deck thinner, there's one trasher, and it's a good trasher, and everyone's going to be able to afford it pretty quickly. And so it's going to be a race to get your deck to be the thinnest, which you can mitigate the luck in this game because you can get your deck down to 5 cards. Because you can also just trash cards at the beginning of your turn to take your turn. So you could have the same 5 cards every turn and just go through and mow down these heart eaters and the overlords. So you can mitigate the luck. I think the balance is a good one. Fun versus boring depends. This game is super fun. Last night we played it with 4 people, and it was amazing fun. Was great. We had a great time. We also played it with ourselves, just by the 2 of us. Boring slog fest. Yeah,
I don't know. It just wasn't as
It just back and forth, doing the same thing. Whereas with 4 people, it was amazing. What's the deal with that?
I don't know the difference.
The 4-player game was amazing fun. The problem is this is all you get. Yeah, this is what you see is what you get. There are no other cards like in Dominion where there's 25 cards and you play with 10 of them, so you can always switch them out and get a just almost infinite combo. Almost infinite. Is anything almost infinite? The math folks out there are chuckling at me.
Oh man,
But you get exponential just combo increases possible combo increases with more cards, this is what you get. This game is fun. The replayability is not there at all.
No.
This game is begging for more expansions. It could be, well, the other thing too is some of these cards I have never played with and I will never play with, even though there are no other cards to like substitute them with. The strategy here is very obvious. And if you go for these other cards, you're going to clog your deck and lose. So this game is fun. I cannot recommend it as a fun game with the fact that the replayability is just going to go downhill. There's not a lot there, and you're only playing half the cards anyway. If you like to go for a well-balanced strategy and try a little bit of everything, this game may not be for you. This is like, no, you have to go for the strategy that's printed on this card right here that's your best card. So if that's not fun to you, avoid. However, theme, the Chinese, everything is just awesome.
Yeah, I always like fighting, and they just got it's really cool artwork. I like the artwork on these, because they're like actual warriors of whatever type they are. What I do like about this game too is that everyone has their own unique special powers, if you will, because each of these does different things. Like Tom said, they all you gear your strategy towards what they do, which is just get a lot of cards that attack and then attack and get rid of all of the other cards that don't attack. That's your strategy. I can't recommend it. I can't recommend someone buying it. I can recommend you playing it every once in a while, but not buying.
BGG rating, I would say 6. If they came out with expansions, I'd say 8.
Yeah, I would say 6, 7. Yeah. Every time we get multiple to 500 subscribers, we give away a free glitter painting of your favorite superhero icon. So make sure to subscribe now.
Because it could be you that wins.
Demonslayer. We've presented the evidence.
You be the judge.